Hey everyone, it's Madeline. Thank you so much for being here to watch my video. Today I am going to be doing a full face makeup tutorial review with the not so new Morphe x Ariel collaboration brushes. These are so gorgeous, you guys. They launched actually towards the end of May and I did not get them until the end of July. So I have been using them since. I think they were delivered like the first week in August. It's been about a month of using these and I will already tell you guys, I am so in love with these brushes. So I low-key definitely put them back in the box just for the sole purpose of this video. But this is what they all look like. If you keep up with my videos, you know how many times I say I'm such a freak for neutrals. I actually didn't really see any beauty YouTubers like unbox these or anything, so I didn't even know that they existed until July, and I was like, I have to order these right now. I did get the full-on 12-piece set, which retails for almost $100. I think they are normally $98. I'm pretty sure I used my husband's email so that I could get a new 20% off code, so I spent $82 on these brushes. So first of all, when you buy the full 12-piece collection, it comes in this gorgeous box, which is a very, I don't know, it feels like PR that you bought. So here are the 11 brushes and you get one sponge, which I love the color of. This is so, it's so me. Like if I were to create makeup brushes with Morphe, this is what they would look like. So this collection is just a dream to me. So let's just go ahead and dive right in and do my current everyday makeup routine with you guys. So far on my face, my current favorites are the Neutrogena Hydroboost Gel Moisturizer. And then I use the Super Goop Matte Screen for a primer. It works amazing on my oily skin. So I already have those products on. Recently, I have been so obsessed with the Dior Backstage foundation. Honestly, more obsessed than I've ever been with it. Mine is in the shade 3. Oh, I thought it was 3N. It's 2.5N and this is a perfect match for me. So just gonna shake it on up and I will be applying this with his A24 foundation brush. I just want to show you guys this up close. I love the imprint right here of Morphe x Ariel, MX Ariel. And then the number of his brush is at the very end here. It's just such a cool design. I don't know, I'm just really in love with these brushes. So let's go ahead and show you guys how they perform. So I just start by doing like one line on each major part of my face, I guess, and then just a dab on my nose. Sorry about the light fluctuating, guys. I pretty much just work with natural light other than my tiny attachable light on my DSLR camera. So I just make the most of it. Let's go ahead and blend this out. I first start by just kind of swiping it on my face. And then I just kind of buff it in. This brush is so soft. Honestly, all of these brushes are very soft, which sometimes can be problematic with Morphe brushes that I've found. Some are pretty scratchy. So I am just very impressed with the quality of these brushes. I do think that the price point is very spot on. Of course, we all wish that things could be cheaper, but sometimes you really do get what you pay for, and I just think that these brushes are totally worth it. So somehow, some way, oh, just gonna get that drip out of the way. My skin has been doing very well, knock on wood. So that is why I have been loving this foundation, especially for work, because it's just quick to apply, just a nice, lightweight, light coverage foundation. I would say it's pretty light to buildable, but definitely not full coverage. Because this foundation brush is not dense, which is what I typically reach for if I am going to use a brush for applying my foundation, which is very rare. I normally do use a sponge. Except for this foundation, I have loved just sweeping it on quick with a brush and going, because it's such a good finish versus with a sponge. I guess it kind of gives it more coverage. Now I am just going to go wet this sponge and I'll be right back. Okay, so then I'm just taking the sponge and making sure the foundation is really pressed into my skin. And then for concealer, I will be using the Dior Forever Skin Correct. This is in the shade 0N. A way more affordable favorite of mine would be the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. But this is a great concealer also. I would just suggest waiting until the Sephora sales to pick it on up. So I just do one swipe there, and a little dab on my nose. There we go. I'm just gonna blend that out. I definitely feel like the sponge gets better with more usage also. Like, I swear this is applying my concealer so much better than the first time. So as you guys know, I have been using these brushes for about a month now, and I obviously love them. I've also been using them long enough to have washed them twice now, and they have held up beautifully. They dry beautifully. They don't dry like frizzy and frayed or anything, which was also a problem that I had with some Morphe brushes in the past. So I'm really excited about these brushes. Okay, so now a new obsession of mine is also the new, well, not the new, it's new to me, the Colourpop Soul Body. Well, I should say it's actually by the brand Soul Body, but Colourpop sells it, so I just associate it with Colourpop. So this is the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm in the shade Lights. I love this stuff. I love the color of the packaging. And this is totally 110% of a dupe for the Chanel Soleil de Tan or whatever bronzing balm. I will tell you guys what, I also did not think that I would like the A58 cream contour brush for that purpose, because it is also not so dense, just like the foundation brush. This applies cream bronzer like a dream. I start with the forehead. It applies it so airbrushed and perfect. It just applies the perfect amount of product. Like, you definitely could not overdo it with your cream bronzer while using this brush. Also just taking the sponge and pressing the bronzer into my skin a little more. Next up, I'm using the A21 brush for powder. I do not use this for bronzer because of using the cream contour one for that. So another new favorite of mine, oops, I don't know why I have such butter fingers when I'm filming, but okay. Anyways, the Colourpop No Filter Loose Setting Powder. This is in the translucent shade. This is my new holy grail, you guys. It controls my oils so well, which is a lot for me because I have not been able to find a better powder to control my oils than the Too Faced Peach Perfect for years. I mean, probably 4 years, I want to say. Definitely 4 years I've been using that powder for. And I am so sick of the peach scent, so I'm so excited that A, I found something way more affordable, and B, this does not have a smell to it. This brush really applies the perfect amount of powder. Doesn't overdo it, but it also doesn't underdo it, if that makes sense, because I cannot stand when it applies way too light of an amount. This is just right. Next up is contour. However, I do not use any of the brushes in his collection for this step. So I am just gonna kind of speed the process up. I am first going to go in with this lower shade here of the Dior Backstage Contour Palette, just from my nose with my finger, and then I will be using the Natasha Denona Contour Sculpting Powder in medium for my cheekbones, and I will be using my Marc Jacobs blush brush for that. I actually do usually add a little bit of the contour up to my temples and my forehead, just to kind of get some of that more warmth back after powdering my whole face. So just for the purpose of this video, I am switching up my favorite blush at the moment. I cannot stop reaching for the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Tahiti. This is just gorgeous. I have been absolutely loving this. But since I do not have a whole separate brush for applying a cream blush, I am going to be using his A3.2 brush for blush. I believe that this is actually supposed to be a powder contour brush. I prefer to use this for blush because it gives such a gorgeous finish. But I will be using the Lawless Make Me Blush Vintage Blush. This is hands down my most favorite powder blush. It is such a gorgeous shade. I wore this on my wedding day and no regrets. It's so beautiful. So I actually use his blush brush in the collection for highlights. I didn't think that I would really have much use for it because it's just so fluffy. It's very flared, very light, that I thought this would be such a good brush to use for a very intense highlight to tone it down a bit, and it is. I'll show you guys that next. But yeah, so this is his A3.2, supposed to be powder contour brush, but it is perfect for blush. Okay, so next, that other brush that I was talking about, this is the A22, supposed to be a blush brush, but do you see how like loose the bristles are? I was just like, I don't know, I usually don't use a brush like this for blush, so I go ahead and use it with my Jaclyn Hill highlighters. So this highlighting palette was a limited edition, but she has brought these shades back in her permanent collection now, so that is very exciting. So I just kind of have been blending together all the shades and brush that on very lightly. It just puts on a perfect amount. I absolutely love it. Like, look at that. Makes it not too striking, but just right. It actually got a little intense on this cheekbone. I have been trying so hard to just clean up as I'm filming and put my stuff away instead of being left with a total mess after filming. So next up, I'm just gonna be doing my brows with the Colourpop Brow Boss in the shade Medium Brown. I'm just gonna speed this portion up and we will keep on going. Okay guys, I also just used the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP Styling Wax. That has been such a favorite of mine also. But anyways, moving on to more of his brushes. So for the eyes, I know that this is also a pricey purchase, but I cannot stop reaching for it. I've got to get my money's worth, right? So this is the Dior, also Backstage eyeshadow palette. This is in 001 Warm Neutrals. I'm obsessed with this right now. It's so simple. I have been loving simple eye makeup. Okay, so kind of random, but I'm first going to be kind of just setting my whole lid with the KKW Beauty Eye Contour palette. This is just in the shade Light, and I will be going in with that darkest shade here. So I pretty much just put this on my whole lid and really focus on blending it into my crease. Oh, I forgot to say it. This is his A14 brush, so just the like all over blending brush. We'll be going in with the A20 brush, and I am now going in with the Dior palette. I will be using this light beigey taupe shade here. Just packing some on, and I am just putting this on the lower part of my eye. I love how light and fluffy this brush is. I mean, I could use the smudger brush for this also, but I really like the way this brush applies. This color just gives me the look that I'm going for. Just kind of bring that out almost like a cat eye. Obviously this isn't intense. This is just a different tone of tan, but it just stands out enough to make a difference. Oh my gosh, lately I feel like I'm talking so fast and foaming at the mouth. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Maybe it's because I have my teeth clean, so I'm all like, oh dear Lord. I'm probably gonna lose subscribers. I don't even have that many. Please don't go. Okay, so for the next step, I am actually using his concealer brush for the Wrong Purpose 2. I'm just going in with the flat side of his A19 and the darkest, lowest matte shade here. And I am just going to pack this really close to my lashes and just form a little wing out of it. Holy cow, this powder is light. I was really pale this last winter. I was like, dang girl, you thought that was self-tan. Once I realized my potential of how tan I can actually get by tanning in the tanning bed again for our wedding, I was like, okay, I need to up my self-tan game because I do get tanner than I thought that I did. So next, I'm just gonna take my finger and apply this middle shimmery shade right here. It's avoiding where I put that eyeshadow for liner. And I'm not bringing it up into my crease. I'm just focusing on my lid. It applies just such a sheer, beautiful color. Really love it. So I pretty much, oh, hi honey, say hello. Last but not least, I am going in with his A18 brush, and I will be going in with this shade here in my inner corner. And I'm also just gonna take a little bit of it on my brow bone. Now before I forget to use setting spray, I'm just going to do that part now. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So now the rest is just my current favorite makeup look, what I've been reaching for the most. So I've already used the brushes. If you care to keep watching, that'd be awesome. We're moving on to lashes. So this is really dirty, but I have been using up this Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. So I am just gonna do 2 coats of this. This has been another absolute favorite of mine, and I'm so excited to purchase the full size one once I use this up. This has been lasting me since our honeymoon, so it's been 3 months. Okay, last but not least, my new current favorite lip liner is by Colourpop. This is in the shade Asthon. I have a full in-depth tutorial on how I do my lips to fake fillers, because so many people think that I have gotten fillers, but I haven't. It's really just my technique, so I will have that linked down below for you guys. I feel like this lip liner is the shade that I have been searching for so long, and I'm so happy because it's so affordable. Next, I will be going in with the Dose of Colors Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Sand. Just a little bit of this. And then I am just going to top it all off with the Kylie Cosmetics So Cute Gloss. Alright you guys, that completes my current everyday makeup routine using the Morphe X Ariel makeup brushes. As you guys can tell, I'm thrilled by this collection. This is one of my favorite purchases in a long time. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, hit that little subscribe button down below to help my channel grow, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!